Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Mr. President is a game in a 3M series. It's a very, very old game based on the 1960s election cycle in the United States. And you'll be running for president in a 2-player game, and a 4-player game, so you'll be running for vice president and president. And you'll be just going through the election series. And what I like about this game is you're going to roll the dice, which will give you 3 numbers. Let's say 2, 4, and 6, right? 2, the 4, and then combine them at 6. And that will give you a list on a chart of certain states that you can campaign in. And you can only campaign in a state a certain number of times. And then you can play the card, which has multiple states listed on it. And how best want to use this? I can use it here. And you place it face down. So I will know that you just voted, that you went and campaigned in New York, but I want to know exactly how many votes that you got there. If you roll 7, 11, or doubles, you can get like an event card. That can be good or bad. So it's kind of... But what's important about that is you can not only get the event, but you cast any and all votes in your home state. In that one home state, you can vote or campaign as many times as you want. So you're likely to win that, just like in the real election. There are some advanced roles you can throw, like advertising and fundraising. There are advanced roles. I don't really think the game needs it. At the end, you take off the top and you count all the votes. And you can do popular vote, electoral vote, and you can choose that in the beginning. Most Americans probably go electoral vote because that's what we know. If you're unfamiliar with the election cycle here, of how the elections work, maybe you want to do popular vote, or for whatever reason you want to do that. And then you see who won. Very classic game that you have here. Very simple. Very easy to do. Multi-use cards. They can be in different regions and different states, giving you different values also. It's a very hard decision. There is some luck in the game. The dice rolling, the event cards that are coming up, what cards you draw will all have a say in whether you win or lose. But at the end, I think there are some very hard decisions and very interesting decisions about where you're going to campaign, how many times you campaign there. But at the end of the day, you're going to have a set of cards. How best do I use these cards in my hand to win this election? There are some debates, and that can be very tricky because it's very luck infused. That can be heavily influencing. So there's a lot of things going on in this. It's very neat. If you want to teach some youngsters about the election process, this could be a very, very abstract, kind of fun way to do so. But I'm going to purchase one because I have so many election games. I don't really need this many. This is an older one. For this election, 1960, I got 1960, The Making of a President, which I like quite a bit. It's a very fun game, one I highly recommend, even if it isn't staying in my collection. Who should buy this game? Anyone want to teach a youngster about the election process in the United States? I think it's very simple to understand. It's got some interesting decisions with the cards. It's easy. You're rolling dice and playing cards down. Not very difficult. If you want to dabble into the advanced rules at some point, no reason why you can't. And have some random events that people are used to. So I think it's a very simple game to teach, to understand, and teach a little bit about the process here in the United States, about the election. That's a win. It's not going to fit into my collection. It was in my collection for a very long time. And it just wasn't being pulled off the shelf enough. So that means it has to go. It's going to be a purge for me, but one I highly recommend. Don't sleep on this one, Mr. President.